I'm Rick Burns, and I actually became involved with the museum as a player to be named later in the merger between the Computer Museum and the Science Museum. I've spent my career supporting young emerging technical companies with capital and advice. And it was clear to me that the entrepreneurs that were starting emerging companies, that they were the future for the growth of our country. You could see that one of their big problems was getting the right kind of employees, and that there just weren't enough technically trained younger people. And that's what the museum is all about. That over the last 10 years, the museum has done a terrific job of developing an education program with its curriculum and the other activities of the NCTL that's educating both the citizens of Boston and the whole country in the importance of not only digital education, but engineering education, and getting more people to think about engineering. I think another factor is a little more idealistic in the way I look at it, is that an informed citizenry is important to a good democracy. And when I talk to people about why the museum is important, I say it's because we need a healthy economy. We need a healthy democracy. We need voters who understand why changes are taking place and where they potentially can lead. And the museum can play a significant role in turning that around. When I go back and talk about how we got here, Giannis plays a critical role. In his very first interview with the search committee, he asked us, would you guys have any interest in a K-12 curriculum? I think there's a need for a K-12 curriculum in this world. Kids aren't getting enough exposure to the engineering world. You know, and we all looked at one another and said, wow, that is a wonderful idea. I think when the history of the STEM movement is written, and when people think about it, the Museum of Science will clearly play a role, and Giannis Miolis will play a role. Everybody knows what STEM is today, but that was not the case at that time. And Giannis was saying, and the board was saying, and the board adopted as part of its mission to bring more science and technology education into kids' lives, into students' lives. I think that this museum should be very proud of. The whole question of how can we possibly raise $250 million, and the answer was we have to do it because the mission is really important. If I were to put one point as to when we saw that we could really do it, it was the first gift that Bernie Gordon gave us. And when we said, well, if Bernie's going to do that, we can get others. And it was really a groundbreaking opening for us in the development area. Well, you know, the story of the Hall of Human Life is really a nice one because it was clear that here in Boston, the hub of the world of biotechnology, and that we needed to have a much better human life exhibit. And it was really Henry Termeer who, when approached to think about it, he said, think bigger. And it was really his urging that we raised our sights in terms of what could be done. I'm very proud of the fact that, you know, it reflects the leadership of the museum and the leadership of Boston. We've been very fortunate in our relationship with Pixar. It really goes back to Star Wars and the relationship with Lucas. And that was such a success that those people wanted to work with us after Disney purchased Pixar. The same people wanted to do another major project with us. And their major objective was to show the world the importance of the mathematics behind their technology. And it's wonderful to be able to take a subject that is as much fun as Pixar, with the characters that they have, and bring in these sophisticated mathematical concepts. And kids get it, people get it. It's a good example of just how well respected the Science Museum is around the country, in that they came to us because we have the capability to teach that kind of technology. And So what we've done here is to bring the museum into the 21st century. It's been fun watching an organization evolve into a role of dominance in technical education and engineering education. That's what this museum is all about, and that's why I support it. This museum is about the future. This museum is about new ideas. This museum is about training people to think differently. It's about the ability to understand the way things are working now and then to think about how they might work in the future. It's about the future of kids. It's about their ability to grow, to realize their potential. And that's the kind of organizations that we like to support.